We did a post because January was, I think, mentorship month, if I remember correctly. And we highlighted a couple people there has been important to my career, like Chris Lane, who I always called Chris. He retired as a senior chief several years ago, but I always called him kind of like my rabbit. He wasn't a senior to me. He was one pay grade above me, but he was like that person that I was always trying to catch. When I was a third class, he was a second class, and he was a work center supervisor and CDI, which is a qualification that we have, a collateral duty inspector that we have in aviation that's pretty important. And he was like one of those guys that even though I was an air crewman and Chris was a maintainer, I was like, I want to be like that. I want the same qualifications that guy has, right? Because he was a second class and he was literally like running our shop. The chief and the LPO could come in and tell Chris, hey, this needs to be done, and Chris Lane would just figure out a way to get it done, right? I like the way he did things, so I always strive to kind of be, the same qualifications and stuff that Chris had, and wanted to get to his pay grade. I jokingly call him a rabbit because every time I would get close to like catching him, he would advance. So I make second class, he makes first class. I make first class, he makes chief. I'm like, oh man, I got a good chance to make chief here, and then he makes senior chief. So I was constantly chasing him, which was good because it kept me constantly striving to be better and do better, attain quals that maybe as a traditional air crewman I may not have aggressively pursued. So Chris holds a special place in my heart, and I attribute a lot of my success to to his mentorship and just the example that he set.